And I will tell a story about this to illustrate the power of this methodology. This company was getting ready for an FDA inspection, and they knew it was coming. And their quality systems were fairly deficient, and they knew it, and they were very worried. And I said, look, try this methodology. Trust me on this. We're going to use this to essentially preempt your quality system gaps. We're going to tell the agency the story of control. So they went for it. So I worked with them on walking the process to go through and identify what's critical. And I'll never forget this. I've told this story many times. They're making tampons, which is a fiber-based product. Basically, it's kind of like a textile product. The fibers come in big, massive bales, right? From cotton, rayon manufacturers. So the first step, we're in receiving. We started receiving, and the first step in the process was receiving. And from receiving, they take the bales of cotton and rayon. And the difference between cotton and rayon from an appearance perspective is pretty close. One's slightly tan, one's white. And they take these bales and they bring it then to an area with this big equipment with these two arms. And these two arms basically scrape the top of the bales to get a little bit of the fiber off, and they suck it into a mixing environment and shoot it off to the formation process. So I was talking to the quality lead, and I said, so what's this step? And she describes that. And I said, what happens if this step goes wrong? Well, we don't get the proper mix of fibers. And I said, what does that impact? She said, well, that impacts the absorbency. Well, earlier on, we had defined the essential product requirements for tampons, and one of them was absorbency. By regulation, absorbency is the number one issue for tampons. She said, well, it impacts the absorbency. I said, this is your critical control point, your first one. What they looked at as a raw material handling step was the critical element in the absorbency of their product. Huge, huge reveal for them. Years later, I got back in touch with them, and this step had become front and center of getting their product performance correct. And they looked at it as a material handling step. So that sequence of going to essential product requirements and tying that back into what do we do in each step and how does it impact product quality can be very, very powerful.